Hello, my name is Zane Atkinson, and this is my channel, my sports talk channel, and this channel is about me talking about sports. So my channel is called Sports Talk with Z, and I'll be talking about all sports going on right now. And first of all, I am going to talk about basketball. So the NBA just had one of the dumbest trades. I think that the Houston Rockets just did something really dumb and traded Russell Westbrook to the Washington Wizards for John Wall and a first-round pick. On my side, it helps my favorite team, and it helps and I think it doesn't help Houston, and I think it drops them out of the playoffs. And so that was a big trade that happened yesterday. And so, yeah. Well, we got news this morning that Anthony Davis is going to sign a 5-year, $190 million with the Lakers again. So the Lakers are still in contention, like always. They always will be. And so, yeah. And then LeBron, I think the reason they gave LeBron the extension is because LeBron and Bronny want to either play against each other or play with each other. So, yeah. And I think the teams that won are the Phoenix Suns. I think New Orleans won this offseason. I think the Houston Rockets took an L. I think the 76ers won. The Lakers won. The Bucks, the Bucks. Let's talk about them, okay? So the Bucks, they try getting Giannis to stay, right? Well, I don't think they've been doing that much, and so, yeah. Another L is the Warriors, because they obviously lost Klay Thompson, and I do not think that they will be in playoffs this year again. The Knicks are losers, and I think the Hornets, they lost. A big winner is the Atlanta Hawks. I think they did really well, and now I think they're playoff contention, maybe 4th, 5th seed, possibly. You never know. And so, also, Miami Heat, I think they're winners. Already said New Orleans. Ooh, yeah, New Orleans. Steven Adams he's a heck of a player, and he just made New Orleans just become that better with Zion and all of the newcomers. Oh, that team's going to be scary. I already mentioned the Suns, the Rockets. I'm looking here. Washington Wizards general manager Tommy Shepard said there's no plans to trade John Wall. Well, that's stupid. Just scrolling through. Lakers, they're obviously winners. A winner is Utah. I think they did good bringing back Derek Favors, re-signing Jordan Clarkson, and signing Donovan Mitchell to a $195 million 5-year extension that starts. Same with the Celtics. Same with the Sacramento Kings and them. I think that's really key. And then, now I'm going to move on to football. Now, I like football and basketball, and I like watching the playoffs of baseball. So, Um, I just have to start off to Joe Burrow. Get well, my dude. I hope he gets well and hope he's back soon. And then I also hope I'm looking through my favorite team in the NFL is the Bills. So yeah, I think that this year it's gonna be let's see standings. See if they're in I think um so yeah, okay. So I think it's either gonna be Pittsburgh and Kansas in the um AFC Championship, and then for the NFC, I think it's either gonna be Seattle. I think it's gonna either be Seattle versus the New Orleans Saints, or the Green Bay Packers versus the Saints. I'm surprised because when New Orleans lost 2 games in a row, that kind of gave them a scare, and yeah, and so of course my old favorite team, the Dallas Cowboys, who now suck like crap and I'm happy, suck. And the person that I think is going to go number one this year to the New York Jets is Trevor Lawrence. And let's see, people going to the NFL Draft 2021. Okay. No, not that. That's ESPN Plus. So I like the Bills because they have Zach Moss, Josh Allen, and a lot and and then a lot of good people, and their defense is looking really good. So yeah, Trevor Lawrence going one. Yeah, I'm not sold on Justin Fields going two. I think Penny Sewell or um what's his name? Jamar Chase. Yeah, Jamar Chase will be going two, and then
Justin Fields.
I said Justin Fields. I don't think he'll be going two. I think he'll be going like 4, 5, 6. And then I also think Travis Etienne will go top 10. You know who the Broncos need? A quarterback. Like, and I saw that they just got fined for not wearing masks because one of them got COVID. So, and then, yeah, I like this guy from Florida named Kyle Pitts. He's really good. I think he's a tremendous tight end. He can run the deep ball. He can block really well, and he is a big part of, Florida's offense. The one thing I have to say to the NCAA football top 25 people is you need BYU in your top 8 because you're just snubbing on them, and that I don't think it's fair to them because this week they're playing a Coastal Carolina team that they will absolutely destroy, and then and then hopefully they can get into that New Year's Six Bowl, which and then one thing I don't want for BYU to do though is schedule Utah because that goes against them. And then what if Utah beats them, even though they've been crappy in these last 2 games? So yeah, sorry. Okay, now I'm gonna talk about college football. Of course, Alabama's gonna probably win the championship. So let's see rankings. So I think that Alabama. I think it's gonna be either Alabama versus Clemson or Alabama versus Notre Dame. I think it really depends on Notre Dame versus Clemson in that ACC championship game. And then I know Cincinnati. I know they're scared of BYU. And I think they should schedule and then see who's better to be that 7, that 8 spot, and so yeah, and I think Cincinnati won't do that is because they're scared and that they still want to keep their playoff hopes high, and then yeah, and then like Georgia at 8, and they have 2 losses, and Iowa State at 9 at 2 losses, Oklahoma with 2 losses. The one team that I think shouldn't be at 5 is Texas A&M. They're not good. I don't think they're good. When I watch them, they always turn the ball over, and they're not making good decisions, but they always get cheap wins off the refs, and they always don't. They really don't look good besides Kellen Mond. And so I think Florida should be at that 5 spot. I really like that Florida team this year. I think they look really good. So I'd have them over Texas A&M. I'd also have Cincinnati and BYU over Texas A&M. So I'd have Texas A&M in that 8 spot. And the one surprising thing right now is that Oregon lost to me. I am really surprised. And if Utah wins over Oregon State, that could mean like that was just lucky that they beat them, and it wasn't really mean that they got skill. Well, they do have a lot of skill, like Jamar Jefferson, their running back. And then another sleeper that I don't think that should be in there is North Carolina. They're 6-3. Like, come on. And then yeah, so yeah. Okay, I'm gonna oh yeah. I forgot about my basketball. So, basketball predictions. My basketball predictions for NBA is that I think uh, I think the Lakers I think it's going to be Lakers versus Milwaukee in the championship this year. And I think Milwaukee will win. And I hope Milwaukee will win. Because I do not like Lakers. I don't like LeBron James. I don't like Anthony Davis. I think in the conference finals it'll be Milwaukee versus Boston. Or Milwaukee versus Toronto. Or Milwaukee versus 76ers. Conference championship, I think it can be like 7 different teams, to be honest with you. I think it's gonna be Lakers versus Clippers. It could be Lakers versus Lakers versus Denver. It could be Lakers versus Utah. It could be Lakers versus Phoenix. It could be Lakers versus New Orleans. It could be Lakers versus Dallas. It could be Lakers versus Minnesota. Like, come on. The West is stacked, and you don't even know it. Well, you probably do, just you don't know how good the West is. Like, compared to the East is nothing compared to the West. That's why it's so hard to choose West All-Stars. And so, I think MVP will go to Giannis Antetokounmpo, back to back to back, or Luka Doncic. 1 second. I need all NBA awards. Okay. I think Defensive Player of the Year could go to 3 teams, like always. 3 people: Giannis, not Joel Embiid, Giannis, Anthony Davis, or Rudy Gobert. I think Most Improved this year is either going to be Lonzo Ball or what's his name? He's on Atlanta. There, DeAndre Hunter. I think he's gonna win Most Improved. I think Coach of the Year is gonna go to I think Coach of the Year is gonna go to either like if there's gonna be one surprise team, I think it'll be that one surprise team, or Monty Williams. I think he's the head coach. I'm not sure. Of the Phoenix Suns. Phoenix Suns head coach. Yeah, Monty Williams. I think it'll, and so yeah, and then I think Sixth Man of the Year is gonna go to Dennis Schroeder because I think he'll be great off the bench on the Lakers. Rookie of the Year, I think, is going to go to James Wiseman because he's so dominant. I don't think LaMelo or Anthony Edwards could compete with him, to be honest with you. And yeah, so there is my first day of me talking about sports, and I will be with you tomorrow.